Generic greetings and welcome back to Railway Empire, where a conductor is now available. In the previous video we were continuing on, and because I didn't have any intention of doing that when I started this Great Britain and Ireland playthrough, we had to do a lot of overhauling. So the main sort of bulk of the work was around Wrexham, Liverpool and Manchester. We did a double track, we've got a one-way system in there, we got a lot more trains, we managed to get a lot more resources from things like the McCarthy Estate and the Murphy Sea Farm. Got those resources sent out to different cities, which was quite good. Also increased the trains from Hull to Manchester. And we are now on the 5th of January, so we might have a failure here. No, we don't. By 1833, connect two cities with a population of 35,000. I thought we would fail that, but as long as we do it this year, we should be fine. And to be fair, Manchester is on 36,000, so almost level 3, which is quite good. And Liverpool, we can see, is on 26, so we should be able to do that. So this episode, we want to focus on, I guess, continuing on with that task list there. However, we want to make Wrexham, we want to grow Wrexham somehow. It means getting fish over there, and that's going to be a bit of a difficulty. And we might do the same thing for Leeds and other such places. Leeds, as you can see, has only got it's got a decent fulfillment of apples and such, but sadly, it still requires fish. So we need more fish being delivered from the sea farm, and the problem with that is, well, we don't have a warehouse, but we will be utilising warehouses later on in the video. Probably. The problem with the Murphy Sea Farm is you can see that this is coming down here with lots of fish, but it is going onto this line here, and that doesn't connect to this one. And if it could, if we go over to the track building here, you can see that, yeah, it wouldn't be able to connect to anything, and it's probably not worth double tracking all the way around here and doing that sort of thing. So we might just focus on Liverpool and Manchester for the time being. There's a random breakdown there, which is a bit of a shame. In terms of Leeds, it does require some fish as well. Are there any fish elsewhere? We'll click on that and we're going to see, where is it? I could expand the business. Is there any point? We don't need to expand the business. We're fine. Let's go to flow of goods, select fish, those two, and there's a fish farm up there. And one over there, one over here. Surprisingly, they're on the coast. So, yeah. Demand 17, production 26. So we do need to transport more of that. The problem with that is that if we don't set it up correctly, it's going to be an explosion in a girder factory. It's just going to be all over the place. It's going to be rails everywhere. Is there a way I can get that? Well, we know that the Murphy Sea Farm goes from there to Liverpool to Manchester. We could send it to Leeds as well. It is a possibility. But the problem with that is what? There isn't a problem with that. Apart from the fact that we've got this is it's already a cramped line. You know what? I think we'll just have to leave it. Yeah, I think we're not going to focus too much on that. Right, so in terms of businesses, over here we can try and buy out that meat industry. We will set that on the go. Current bidder ourselves, Trisha Jones, on just over $250,000. The Moor Farm we own. Do we own the Moor Farm? Yes, we do own the Moor Farm, but we don't own this business, but that's $500,000, so perhaps not. The fish farm, it would be really nice to expand, although, no, we don't need it, do we? Don't need it at the moment. Has Manchester increased in size? It has increased in size. So you can see we now have the ability to place an industry there, weaving factories and breweries and all that sort of thing. And cool. What does it now require? Because it's gone over 40,000, it now has some different needs. The need is for beef, tweed, and wood. I wonder who's shouting. I just really need tweed in my life. Okay. So wood and beef, we do have relatively close. There's beef on the left, and there's wood on the right. So what we could do is get a warehouse up and running, probably in and around here. And then that also means we can transport all these resources to that warehouse and then send it over to Manchester. That's probably the best way of doing it. So let's go over to our, don't say a big warehouse. I think a big warehouse is the way forward. Why does that have an area effect? Because I don't think it collects. I'm pretty sure that warehouses do not collect. Let's have a quick check. When a warehouse gets constructed next to a city or rural business, it will exchange commodities automatically. Okay. Following this true if a warehouse connected to a city, all commodities of the city's export stock can be loaded onto the trains stopping at the warehouse, therefore corresponding commodity to find the warehouse. If it gets constructed next to a real business, they will be connected. All commodities available in the real export business exports that can be loaded onto trains stopping at the warehouse. Therefore, the corresponding commodity must be defined in the warehouse. Got ya. Commodities from an export stack city or real business will not be stored but forwarded as well. Therefore, set a maximum amount. Right, so yes, it will connect, apparently. I didn't think it did. But let's see what happens then. So we're going to have a big warehouse probably here. We'll connect it up so that we can get most of the stuff in. I guess that way would be best. Yeah, and I want it probably. I don't really think it really matters too much. So those are connected. Okay, what's happening over here? Production time has been reduced. Reaching quite the industry. Yes, okay. Use the warehouse to exchange goods between trains. Do this, you must incorporate the warehouse and trains in your train's routes. Yes, good depots work. You have to select it and specify goods to receive. So warehouse 1, we can see that we can go over to beef, and that'll be fine. We will be doing potatoes. Hang on. Well, we'll set it to wood as well, and then potatoes, and we'll say max. So that's fine. Port is available. Increase the number of passengers in every city where your company has a station by 8%. We might as well get that because it's only 33,000. So that is now done. What I want to do then is then build a couple of things. We'll close that down and we'll go for a small train station here, and we'll place it. Where do you want to place it? Probably on fairly neutral level, which is there, and then we're going to go from there across here. 17 grade. Ooh, okay, what we'll do is we'll just connect it up like so, but then we will place some other points in here because look at the state of that. That is crazy. Yeah, I don't want this. I'd rather just do it like that. That's a bit better. Right. So, we now have a train going from there over to the warehouse, which is all set, yes. So we could, in theory then, connect this top line to there. We can't go to the top one because I mentioned previously that these, when they're next to each other, just doesn't connect up to the bridge and stuff, and it's just a quirk of the game. It's not a, like a... Oh, good grief, that's a weird way of moving that track. It's not like a game-breaking one, it's just interesting. That should be fine there. And that should be fine there. So we'll build that one. 33 miles of track, and what we'll do is have a train coming from here and dropping off stuff in the warehouse, and then we could, if we wanted to, have it connect up. Actually, yeah, we should have probably connected it up first because it's not going to be able to. It's not going to be able to join onto this now, is it? You know what? I'm just going to have a train going from there to there, and then another one from the warehouse to Manchester. Yeah. Okay. So, new train. Freight only. We're going to go for the Derwent. It's slower, but it's got better tractive power. We'll have a stoker on there. Reliability of the train's increased. And an engineer. Maximum speed. Speed isn't really a thing for this train, to be honest. But the next one will be. Construction. Oh, we also need a supply tower in, I'll say there. Should be fine. And we'll need the same thing in here. And we'll place a signal. Have to zoom in to see which direction it's set. Yeah, that's fine. And that's fine as well. Right. So, train. There and there. Freight only. Done. Done. And speed, why not? And the stalker, I believe, train. And they get on. So, resources, you can see lots of beef. However, the other resource, now that there's wood here, it'll also be transporting that, because the warehouse is now starting to store. This is good. And let's see if this works. Problem is that we will be waiting a little while for this to transfer, but hopefully it'll function. Liverpool is up to, where are we at? 33,000, so almost completed the achievement that I mentioned. The task that I mentioned, which is good. We could think about maybe putting a line from this warehouse up to Liverpool. In fact, it would be highly beneficial at this point, because we know that when it grows to 40,000, we'll be able to let's add one of those there, and maybe that there. Actually, no, we'll probably remove that one. Yeah, we know we'll be able to transport the same goods from that warehouse, so that should help us out massively. And we'll build that. Not going to put any train on it yet, because there's no demand for these goods over there yet, but it will get there eventually. Speaking of demand, let's go to Manchester. And the weaving factories are being placed there. What's this? The Clark Manor farm is asking if we want to buy it. Well, yes, because we do transport stuff from there to Hull, so we might as well. Okay. So, we do have a problem, and that is that this train will never get maintained. I am going to... I can't place a maintenance building there. Please, can I place a maintenance building at the warehouse? Yes, you can. But I don't have enough money. But I will be able to. So, Manchester, there is a business now, which is for sheep's wool, and it will make that into... turn that into Tweed. Sheep's wool, the closest is down there, which is exactly where we were going to bring a train down anyway to bring that wool. So that's perfectly fine. So just waiting for the right amount of cash. We're going to speed it up a little bit there, just so we get...
Birmingham have allowed themselves to be convinced by our recent success, and a portion of the way is cleared now.
Okay.
If we help to establish the industry, it will probably convince even skeptics of other regions. So, we now have another task. I'm going to get packaging technology. Increases the profits from transport and mail. So, task list, you can see we have connect two cities with a population of at least 15,000. Yes, we still have to do London and Liverpool connection, as well as produce 60 loads of Tweed. So that should be okay. And the question is, yes, we have now expanded, so we can go to Nottingham and also to Birmingham. So this should be a simple task then of building a small train station, and we'll place that in here, like so. We will then connect the rail line from there over to there. We will obviously put in some extra points there so it doesn't go all over the place. In fact, we're going to make it just a little bit smoother like that, and then we will have a supply tower in the middle, rail line from there to there. Yes, add locomotive. We don't have enough money for that. That's something that's classed as suboptimal, I believe. Let's wait for the Derwent, because it's got good tractive power. And Bosch. Right. Normal speed Stalker. Reliability of the train, yes, why not? And the warehouse, we will have to add that and max it out. So, there we are. So we now have meat, potatoes, wood, and wool. Yes, excellent. Which means that now this will eventually start to produce stuff. I really want to buy that out. Because then we'll be able to get this done. A reporter is available, okay, and a spy. So reporter writes critical newspaper articles about your competitors and thereby reduces passenger income for 10 weeks. Don't care about that, but there is a spy here which will give us some technology. We'll send it to Doc Murphy, why not? And then we're going to put the speed up a little bit just so we can buy that stuff there. Liverpool is almost ready for a train going to there. We have another spy available. I'm very tempted. I was tempted to buy them, but no. Oh, we've just got the Firefly. Have we? Yes, we do. Let's have a look at that then. Engine shed. There's the Firefly. Speed 31 miles an hour. Tractive power 18. Acceleration 67. So it's pretty good for passengers, but not freight, really. We do have what was that? An inventor. Provides you with ideas and inventions, which gives you 80 innovation points. 77,000 for that. Well, we will probably do that. There's our warehouse from the warehouse 1 to Manchester. What I might do is I'm tempted to set up another one, but I don't know if it's worth it. I also really need to upgrade some of these engines because they are getting on a little bit now. Let's just see what this carries. I'm going to check over in warehouse here. Yeah, we do have wool. We're still waiting for some tatties and other things. Is that just broken down? Thank you very much. Just what we wanted. Okay, so this here, if we... 270. We're almost there. Is there anything we can do? Oh, is that now in... Yeah, Liverpool has grown. Right, okay. So we will now set a signal in there. Come down the bottom here. Set a signal there. There's only ever one thing on that line anyway, so it won't really matter. Supply tower there. And then we're going to spend loads of money because we're going to get a rail line from the warehouse to Liverpool. Freight only. Not that we really need to bother setting it. And... there's that train there. The Firefly, actually. So it's actually the wrong train for this job. Or wrong locomotive, rather. Whoops. But we'll get to look at it. Let's have a quick look. And... oh, yes. Nice. Good. And we can see on the back there. I don't think anyone ever accused the game of being bad looking. Oh, that's cool. Shame you can't get like a point of view of the driver. Let's see what it's like when we're coming into Liverpool. 70 miles an hour. Not too bad. You can see there's an engine waiting on the right there with, I believe that's cider on the back. There's another one steaming off. And we're coming in with our brand new shiny engine. The height of technology. And it's a red signal. Right, okay. So we'll leave that. Let's see, there was something popping up and telling me about something. Because of the steep incline, the Warehouse 1 Manchester trains runs at minimal speed along its route. If possible, use a more powerful locomotive. Right, okay. We don't have one, but hopefully we'll get one. So there's them resources getting shipped over there. Manchester, we will start purchasing the weaving factories in Manchester. And that should be us. Don't think anyone else is going to bid on it because, well, they don't do that by all accounts, or at least it doesn't seem to do that. We've also just got a monopolist achievement. So over to our tasks here. We are producing some tweed. Excellent. And we now have a security guard as well. So that is something that we will hire, certainly. Security guard and, yeah, increases freight prices. And, that's a problem. Because they're stubborn, they don't get on with the security, with the... who don't they get on with? Yeah, they don't get on with our Stalker there. Stalker? Yeah, Stalker. Okay, I've just moved them over to something else, and hopefully everyone's still fine. Yeah, that's okay. That's good. Right, so that is on the go. We have enough money for me to hopefully get this spy again. We're going to send to Beatrix and see what we can get there. So we now have a total of, what's this? Recently acquired an industry, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4 resources to this warehouse. We could increase it probably to 5, but we can also now go to Birmingham. So the question is, do we want to? Well, yeah, of course we do. The difficulty being that we've only got a single line. Right. What I'm going to do is delete these and sadly delete that and that. 'Cause I know I've already done this twice over now, but it's just needs must. We're going to do that and buy that, and then we will go from there to there, and then from there to there. And then we'll have a signal in there, and it means that we can double track all the way to Birmingham. Whether that's a good choice or not, I have no idea. We will find out. So there. And straight past here. And all the way to Birmingham, basically. Let's make that a little bit sharper. Alright, so... we're going to have to go around that. Something like that, maybe. That should be about right. Okay, right, so we'll put a standard train station in Birmingham right in the centre as well. There we go. And it means that we can then connect that to that. I'll just alter some of these. Nice little trek through the countryside there. And that'll be fine once we have enough money. Right, so Manchester is still increasing in size. Liverpool is also doing the same. There is an industry that we can get there. Let's just double check that it requires, yeah, the stuff that we are bringing, which it does. There aren't any Tweed, though. What I could do is buy... Ooh, weaving factory is 500,000, so that's not going to happen. Oh, the Jervis has just been received, so we can check that out. There it is. Pretty good. 27 miles an hour, but tractive power is really good. Superly mix. The Firefly is express, so yeah, probably the Derwent is the best thing for us, really. We'll probably upgrade some of these later on. Anyway, so we've got a saboteur. We've also got a headhunter. I don't think we really require any of them. What I do want to do, though, is upgrade or change that thing there. That's the Derwent. Manage the train. Buy locomotive. 37% tractive power. I think it's high because we have some upgrades. I think that's going to be best for us. And we will get a little bit back, so that's fine. Same thing for this, which is going to be... I know it's the Firefly, but we're going to get the Jervis there. Switch it over. And to be honest with you, we should really start focusing on upgrading some of our trains. So let's go over to the... Ooh, can you do it in the engine shed? Yes, replace locomotives. So we want to say... a Firefly, replace locomotives. If they've got a John Bull on them. Is there any point? Because the John Bull is... Look, I feel wood. The Firefly is just better. Although, the Jervis is just better overall. Because it's mixed, and we do have some express trains, but yeah, my Moo Farm can't be reached. Ah, because it was on there. Oh, of course, because it has to go back and forward. Ah, right, that's a problem. Yeah, of course, that makes perfect sense because obviously it goes through. I'll buy that. I think we'll be able to connect this up. I'm hoping we can connect it up somehow. I'm going to have to get rid of that. And see what we can do here. Oh, it's going to be all over the place. If it's at all possible. Right. And then that. Rail utilisation is poor. And there's no way we can connect up to that. It's just not going to happen. And connect up to that. Okay, that's really messy, but it works, so I'm not too bothered. There you go, that's now fixed. Is it fixed? Yeah, because it goes out. Goes through that way. Or is it fixed? No, because it comes back on that one, so it has to be that one. So yeah, all them changes were for naught, basically. That's going to be a nightmare to fix and all. Apparently that farm wants me to buy it out. No, thank you. I don't know why it's suggesting that. I mean, it can't really connect to anything. Yeah, that's a problem. How can I fix it without having to redo it? No suitable freight. Yeah, well, that's okay. That one. Wrexham, Liverpool. No, that's okay. Because it's when the train comes back on this line, it then needs to come out and change up. They still want me to take that over? No. Okay. It is going to require a massive rethink around here. And I know I've just deleted all that line, but we just need to do it. So, coming out here, like that, we will buy it. Same again. And we're going to have it switch. Oh, don't say it's not long enough. It isn't long enough. Right, now we can go from there to there. And on the other side. And then there to there. It's possible, but we don't want to do that because we want to make sure that that's there, yeah. Maybe if we use the other line for Birmingham, that might fix the issue. The problem is how we're going to get to it. How we're going to get to it is the question. Could we go underneath? No, not going to happen. And we wouldn't be able to go around either. Suboptimal in all so many ways, I think. Well, that's right. That's just back to where it was. Oh. And that one doesn't want to be a one-way signal either. There we go. So that means everything's back the way it was, but we're not going to be able to go to Birmingham. Unlist is available. I believe they are stock market stuff. Yeah. How are we doing for our Tweed anyway? We've produced 7.42 loads of Tweed. So from Wrexham then, is there a way we can get across? Can't go under. And the moor farm, can we change? No, not really. And we can't go straight across either. You can make lines go straight across, I believe, but in this case it's not going to happen. That's a tunnel there. Oh, it does say we can... No, I was going to say... Can we do that? No, we cannot. We really can't. I just don't think it's going to happen. It's too much of a mess around. Liverpool, we could change that up and have double lines from there. It is possible. It is possible. But it's already fairly full. Must be a solution, because we're only utilising this side. There is another way of doing it, and that's to shift both these onto that side. Means deleting a lot of this track, but it is possible. Not just possible, but actually that would be the solution, wouldn't it? Oh, I think we're going to do that then. Let's do that. So, deleting those, deleting all of this. Same on this side too. That's already in use, so we can't do that one. But that goes to there. That goes to there. Done. We have our sort of, don't know what you would call it, cross-hatching thing there. And then we need to check the rail line, so that should be one way. I think that's correct. Yep, so that's now in, that's fine. We'll have to wait for this one to exit Moor Farm Wrexham, which it is. And then we'll go ahead and delete that. They still want me to buy that farm. No. They really, really want me to invest in that. So, delete that. Build that. Build that. Signals. Fixed, I think. It also means that we can, from here, get across and over to, finally, Birmingham. Build that. And double track the entire thing. Took us long enough, but we got there. Right. So, once again, we want a one-way system. Doesn't really matter which way it is. That way there. And... oh, hang on. Hang on. Before anything else, let's get this so we can switch sides like that. And we'll do it the other side as well. As I said in the previous episode, I believe, you don't need to do this. I find anyway. It's not necessary if you're building it from scratch like we are now. But it always helps. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Supply tower. 1, 2. And 1, 2. And now we can get a lot of stuff going from Birmingham to Wrexham. So, how do we want to do this? What I want to do? I want to switch all those the other way. Don't want to switch those. Or is that okay? No, it's not too... It's fine. I think it's fine. Right. New line. Wrexham, Birmingham. Automatic. Actually, no. Passengers and mail only. And we'll have the Firefly because it's really fast. Alright. And we'll have 2 of those, please. Actually, we'll have 3 of those, please. And then we'll have Wrexham, Birmingham, freight only. Ooh, increasing number of packages in the city. Yes, we'll put a cheeky bid on that. And that one will be the Jervis with a security guard, which we bought previously. Right, so that should now be this fully working. We will upgrade, expand that station like so, and go for a true, actually, I've rotated, that's the wrong way. If it was rotated the other way, it would be much better. So that's expanded, ready to go further down. The question is, not really producing a lot of Tweed. It would be nice to spend the money on getting that in Liverpool. Maybe getting a mill there, weaving factory, but I think it's just going to cost far too much money. So I think we will leave it there. Not too bad. We've got the warehouse up and running. We've got Birmingham connected. You can see where we can now build between, which is good. So it's just a case now, I think, of probably putting another warehouse around here, or connecting up Nottingham as well would be useful. But I think we're going to get a warehouse for these resources here. In fact, you know what we'll do? We'll get a warehouse for the Clark Manor, this one, these three here, and then we'll be able to transfer it in and around. That's what we'll do next episode. Okay, as always, hope you have enjoyed the video and this bit of a nightmare over here, but we got there in the end. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.